All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to our workshop today. Our workshop will be about an hour, and we will be covering the variety of different ways on how to enter geolocation information into HMIS for our clients. We will be going over several different processes, how to enter the information, just static, as in you enter the address where you met with the client, as well as be able to use the GPS enable functions on the various devices, such as our phones and tablets. We have scheduled about 5 to 10 minutes at the end of the workshop for any questions. And I mentioned earlier, this workshop will be recorded, and that is just in case for the folks are not able to make it, they're able to watch this recording and have a refresher. One of the primary reasons why we wanted to conduct this workshop is that we eventually will be requiring a geolocation data entry in our street outreach projects. And I want to make sure that my esteemed colleagues are here with me. I want to do a round of introductions first. So I'll go ahead and start. My name is Gordon Kuang. I am the Business Process Analyst for Housing and Workforce Solutions. And with that, I am going to pass it over to Annabelle.
Hi, everyone. My name is Annabelle Mendoza, and I am the Administrative Analyst here with the CSC. And pass it down to Salam.
I think Salam may be actually on her way to her geolocation entry location, but we have our awesome Natalis, our manager for HMIS on the line here. So Natalis, if you can say a few words, introduce yourself, that would be great.
Hello, everyone. My name is Natalis, and I'm the Administrative Services Officer. And so I have recently returned to the COC, and I'm glad to join the HMIS team. And great to see so many familiar faces.
Talis, thank you so much. All right, we are going to segue into our workshop. I will be presenting on how to enter the information via the desktop. And then afterwards, I will kick it off to Annabelle, and then we'll kick it off to Salam, who will showcase how to do the single data point entry of just hitting my location on their device, phone and tablet, and that will grab the location from your GPS and enter it into your client's profile. So without further ado, we are going to go start with the search screen that most individuals are familiar with when you enter into Clarity. So we are on our training site, so hence we're able to record the session because we're not going to have any pie on the screen. And one of the things that I want to start off the bat is that if you have access to CS, which most individuals do, to ensure that you are in the right agency before you start looking up your clients. All right, so I'm going to be demonstrating a few ways to enter geolocation data. And firstly, we'll start with locating the client in our triage program. And we have Peter Griffin. He is enrolled in our test agency street outreach program, and I have already enrolled him into the project. So to go to his profile, we're going to go ahead and click on his active program. All right. I'm going to go ahead and select enrollment. Now, some of the basic information for Peter Griffin has already been filled out. Our focus here is the geolocation, not so much data entry. However, we're planning an upcoming workshop on clarity data entry. So stay tuned for that. So for those who are familiar with Clarity and have been using it for quite some time, this is super familiar. And the really only new aspect to it will be the date of engagement location. Um, we understand that you all are super busy and your team are super busy. So right now we're only requiring one additional data item that is required, which is the date of engagement geolocation. All the other geolocation elements that we'll be showcasing here is going to be optional, as in you're able to move forward with the enrollment and screens without entering the information. So as you see, we have entered the date of engagement, and all you need to do is hit the add location. And in this case, I will be showcasing how to enter a static address. So for example, if you conducted your engagement with the client, you spoke with your client, and you're just adding the location of the engagement, when you're back at the office, all you need to do is enter that particular location on the address field here. So right now we're on 10th Street, so I'm going to use my location here. And if you enter just approximate a portion, of your location, it's going to pop up for you. You can select that. And if you're not too sure, or you want to just check out the surrounding buildings to make sure that it is the correct site, you can actually look at different data layers under a hybrid map where you see an actual satellite imagery of the location. All right, now that you've confirmed that, you know what, this is the location where my site of engagement occurred, I'm going to hit add. All right, and just like that, your data engagement geolocation has been added to your profile. I like to play safe and just make sure I hit save and close. I can see that changes have been successfully saved. Now, that is the requirement piece of adding the geolocation, but that does not mean that if you want to add additional geolocation information to help with engagement, help with consistently being able to locate your client and be able to refer them to services and connect them with help, you can definitely do so in other means as well. One of them is going to be your current living situation assessments, which a geolocation feature is available as well. So we were enrollment, and now we hit assessment, and the current living situation is the one you want. All right, just confirming the individual. Add current location. And here you can select the current location of the current living situation, and then the particular location details. And the location details we do definitely encourage you to put any notes that will be helpful. And then for here, do need to type in Riverside here. And just like with most geomaps, you can actually move around, zoom in, so on and so forth. All right, all you have to do is hit add and then save and close. Now, the cool thing about the current living situation is that you can add an unlimited amount of them should you meet, engage, and work with your client throughout time. And you can keep track of your current living situation in your assessment history. So if they have other assessments, you will find them down here as well. And yes, you can actually go back and edit them if you see fit, or if any information changes. All right, and that's the second location where you can add geolocation information, and some of you may be familiar with that one. And the third one is in our client's profile tab. Some of you who have been adding and inputting geolocations, this is going to feel really familiar. But for those who have not, to get to the location tab, you take a look at the client that you are viewing. We were in programs, and then you click on the location tab at the top on the menu here. All right. So this is if you have added no information to the client, this is the screen that you'll be greeted with. So what you need to do to add geolocation here is that you have two choices. You can either add a temporary address, permanent address, or a field interaction. So for the field interaction, there are not going to be notes, but for the temporary location with categories, there is. So I'm going to show you both right now. So I'm going to go and add the interaction. And this is going to be very, very familiar with what you just saw. Essentially, it's just going to add the location of your interaction. Type that in as well. We'll click on that. Then add. So here in your client's profile, under the location tab, you will see a history of all the location that has been added. And you can edit them, remove them. As you can see here, just like before. Now, the field interaction does not allow you to add notes. However, the temporary addresses does. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and add the address here. So I clicked on the little pointer arrow, and now I'm going to click on the plus symbol here. So here you can adjust a variety of functions and features. Address type. You can see home, work, school, mailing, emergency, and other. So for this example, I'm going to choose temporary. So this one, let's say I was working with a client and he is hanging around the Jack in the Box by 14th Street, right? So I'm going to put as the name of this particular location. So the geolocation piece would be here. I happen to know the address of the Jack in the Box, so I'm going to type that in. And then I'm going to hit add. The location date, I am going to put today, or of course, whichever date you encounter your client, you can place that there. And here is where you will be able to enter notes. So for example, Then you can hit save. All right. Now to see a list of changes and history of the locations, go ahead and click your location tab, just like your assessments. And then now you'll be able to see a history of the areas of field interactions or addresses that you've entered. So right now it's all green. So, and depending on the color scheme, may be easier to the imagery hybrid. So, and of course, if you see that the certain geolocation information is, obsolete, deleting them will also be beneficial. Wait for that motorcycle to pass by. All right. So that is the static way of entering geolocation information. But now we are actually going to get to the much cooler part, which is actually utilizing GPS to be able to just hit my location, hit save, and be able to enter the information, for our clients on a mobile device. So with that said, Annabelle, are you ready to rock and roll?
Hi, yes, let me just turn on my camera here.
Sure, I'm going to stop sharing here.
Okay. Hi, guys. So I'm currently at DPSS here in Paris. You can see the building. Probably many of you are familiar with the area. You see the park there and everything. I'm standing just outside of the employee parking lot. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So right now we are on our profile with the Analyst Team. With her, we're going to start off by enrolling her in one of our programs. And that program is going to be the street outreach test. Enroll.
And Annabelle, by the way, you
Yes.
are using a tablet, correct?
That's correct. Yes, I forgot to mention
Okay.
that. I'm sorry. I'm using the Samsung tablet and I'm in the Google web browser, Google Chrome. So I know that it's quite important because sometimes the web browsers do not, mine did not work at some point, but now it is working. So translation assistance, no, and date of engagement, there. Okay, I think there's 2020. Seems it's not showing. All right, it seems like this program is not actually have the ad location. We add the date of engagement.
Annabelle, are you by chance under systems? Because I am
correct.
just
Let's go back to
toggle.
test agent. There
we
you go.
did that on purpose to showcase the differences.
Yep.
So
Okay, so sorry about that, guys. Should have realized that first. Back to programs. Here we go. Test agency. And to enroll. Data not collected, date of engagement. You want to put the same date that you're engaging the client at location. So we give it some time to think. Click on current location. And if you see here, it's actually showing where exactly. We're going to go ahead and add the location. Click on type of resident. I'm just going to go ahead and put other or data not collected.
Now, for the sake of our demonstration and brevity, we are putting data not collected, but
Right,
obviously, so we just want to
you guys have to actually
doubly
try
highlight
to
that.
collect all this information. It may take a little bit longer for you to do that. However, we want to save some time here. No. Save and close. Okay, so now it's going to take you into assessments, and we're going to click on current living situation. So we're going to go ahead and click on other location details. Just going to go ahead and put Paris. DPSS. And then add location. Current location. You guys could see I walked over closer to the building and actually adjusted to that point. Click add. Save and close. So that's going to be saved. Another tab you could add the location to. Click on location. As you can see at the bottom here, I already have a list of prior locations that have been added. So you can keep track of your client. And basically here, you just add the address. Other. Current location. And another little cool feature we do have is that you can actually put in the imagery hybrid. And you see the actual building here. That's where I am right now. Click add. You want to put in notes to make it easier for yourself to remember exactly where you met up with the client, and also add all the data, as much data as possible. Save changes. Go. So now if you go back to location, the address you just added is going to be right there. And the feature here also shows hybrid imagery, which is a pretty cool little feature. All right, Gordon, back to you. Oh, wait, sorry. Now to Salam. Is she online?
Let me check real quick here.
I'm here.
Hi, Salam.
Y'all here?
Hey, Islam.
I am at in downtown Riverside on Lemon and Michigan Street. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. If you haven't seen my view, this is my view. There's a parking lot. lots of cars driving by.
So you're proving to us that you're not currently at a bar right now, Salam. That's what you're saying.
No, yeah, I am working. Can you all see my screen?
Yep. Yes, we can.
So I'm going to start by adding the client location from the date of engagement under the enrollment tab. So I already have the enrollment information added into the client's enrollment. So I'm going to go ahead and add the location. Make sure your location is enabled. I'm using my cell phone, my own cell phone. So I'm going to go ahead and add location. I like the imagery hybrid view so that I know where I'm at exactly. Yeah, showcasing the actual location where I'm at. Go ahead and click add. I have the correct location added. I'm going to go ahead and see my enrollment. So the date of engagement location is added. And if I want to add, if I had a chance to meet the client again, and I want to add additional location information, I would go to the client profile and location tab. And then from here, add the location, the address, and then type as other. And go ahead and put I'm at Life Arts parking lot. So I go ahead and put that. Okay. And my current location and the location date was 30th. And then I'll go ahead and add notes, engage with the client, add the client, all the information included here. And I'll go ahead and click save. I go back to the location tab. This information should be there. And my screen is a bit small, so zoom in and out. Okay, so yeah, the location is inputted correctly. And from here, I can go back to add the assessment or the current living situation, add location data for the current living situation. I would go to programs, assessment, and then current living situation. And I would go ahead and just start and add current living situation. And then select that this person is placed, is on the street, pretty much placed not known for habitation. And then add location details. Okay, let me see. And go ahead and add the location. More, you need to put the page down. It looks like it's already added. Okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and click save. So it's already been added, apparently installation, and I added some details about the location. I'm gonna go ahead and save. And I have all the location information for the assessment tab or the current living situation, and under client's profile, as well as the date of engagement. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to Gordon. Thank you, guys.
Salam, thank you so much. All right, so I am going to go ahead and stop recording at this point because we've showcased the entering static information as far as our geolocation, as well as utilizing GPS in our tablet and phone.